Introducing Stackapots Hydro, available through the Stackapots website as an add-on kit to the 4-layered version of our mega tubs, and together they form a complete hydroponics kit. You may also find this combination sold as a complete kit through some of the larger retailers worldwide. Please check with your local supplier to see if they have the complete kit available. Or if you currently own a 4-layered mega tubs kit, you may purchase the Hydro add-on kit separately. Now, as a combination, I will explain what the complete kit comprises when you include the 4-layered mega tubs with the Hydro add-on pack. You have one drip tray, 4 stackable layers with internal water wells, 4 water well dividers, 9 irrigation gutters, 3 irrigation gutter inserts. We do use 100% recycled materials in the production of these parts. Further, we include one submersible pump with a reducer valve, one electric timer, one 700 by 8mm clear plastic hose, and one 700mm by 13mm clear plastic hose, one plastic hose hole punch, one 8mm to 13mm T-piece hose adapter, a pack of assorted silicone stoppers, 9 4 by 50mm riser tubes with their hose adapters, and that makes the complete kit. Now I will explain the assembly instructions of your complete kit. Firstly, we should find a well-lit growing area. If you are going to position your hydro unit in a protected area on a balcony, veranda, patio or courtyard, it is advisable to select an area that will receive suitable sunlight to suit the growing needs of the plants you wish to cultivate. Of course, if it is necessary to grow indoors as a result of climate and the weather conditions, you will need the aid of suitable grow lighting, available from a lighting specialist or hydroponics supplier. Now, the most important aspect that we must check before we start our assembly is how level is the surface we are going to position this hydro unit upon. As this is a vertical planting system with water wells and directional flow irrigation gutters, it is essential that we sit this unit upon a perfectly level surface and stack the system as close to perpendicular as possible. If your planting surface is not level, the use of a large paver or steel plate carefully levelled with the assistance of wooden chocks or rubber wedges is the perfect answer. Once you have decided what the system will stand upon, place your drip tray into position and select one stacker pot layer and proceed to insert the silicone stoppers. Make sure you plug the centre hole with the larger stopper included in the kit, and give all stoppers a good wriggle into position to make this layer watertight. This tub has now been transformed into the solution reservoir and will hold 22 litres or 23 quarts of nutrient solution. Insert a water well divider into this layer like so, and then proceed to stack each tub on the offset and include a water well divider as you stack all 4 layers. Fill layers 2, 3 and 4 with enough perlite level with the centre hole in each layer. This perlite base will form an important filtration layer, avoiding any drain hole blockages by the growing medium, and will allow all irrigation gutters to flow freely. Now unroll the 8mm clear plastic tubing and, starting at the uppermost layer, push the tubing down through the centrally located hole of each tub until you reach the lower solution tank area. At the very bottom end of the tubing, cut the last 2 centimeters or ½ inch off, slightly diagonal, so this end slides into the reducer valve with ease. Now proceed to insert the opposite end of the reducer valve into the submersible pump and position them as close to the centre of the tank as possible, drawing up any slack in the tubing back into the uppermost layer until the pump and tubing are correctly positioned. Now the 700mm by 13mm clear plastic hose should be fitted with the T-piece adapter in both ends, forming a halo, and then the 8mm inlet of the T-piece fitted into the upper end of the 8mm centrally located clear plastic hosing. Now we are at a point where we will arrange the irrigation risers and their adapters around the halo, but firstly let's fill the uppermost layer with some growing media to just below the T-piece hose adapter. My own method is to firstly punch 3 holes with the hole punch provided in the hosing pointing inward but positioned adjacent to the centre of each growing area. Then install 3 risers. Then proceed to punch a hole 2 centimetres or half an inch either side of those risers, however on the outer side of the hose. This is to maximise coverage of the growing area. Now we can proceed to fill layers 2 and 3 with the core growing medium. I prefer core mixed with some granulated charcoal in a 3:1 ratio, as the core holds a good quantity of nutrients and only needs 15 minutes of pump activity once or twice per day, depending on the season. The charcoal keeps the mix nice and sweet. Now in the top layer, cover the irrigation halo with about 3 centimetres or 1 inch of growing medium. We will now proceed to fit all irrigation gutters. Firstly, thread the submersible pump lead through one of the gutters and clip in a black insert from beneath. You will notice that the insert is provided with a notched out area for the lead to pass through. Continue to fit the remaining 2 inserts to gutters and fit them into the openings of the solution tank. These gutters with inserts cover the solution tank, preventing any foreign matter entering the region. Also, these gutters and inserts provide wonderful platforms for raising sprouts, as they too are areas irrigated regularly. Just apply several layers of paper toweling onto the insert and then cover with sprout seeds and wait a few days. You can have fresh, crisp sprouts like alfalfa, watercress, bean and snow pea sprouts and more available anytime. Now after you have fitted gutters to layers 2 and 3, pour 22 litres or 23 quarts of clean water slowly and evenly into the growing areas and allow it to drain into the solution tank completely. It is optional, but I then drain the solution tank and reflush the growing medium once or twice manually, siphoning solution out with a spare piece of hosing I was able to acquire. This procedure clears the solution of small muddy particles flushed down out of the core and charcoal mix during the initial irrigation. From this point on, your solution will become quite clear. When you are happy with reasonably clean drainage, add some quality nutrients directly to the solution tank or pre-mix in a watering can and fill the solution tank to just under the gutters. Remember to be sure to stay within the supplier's recommended add rate, and when changing your solution, be sure to empty your used solution into the garden, not the sink, being environmentally friendly. Now double check your levels across the top of your planting system. Then you are ready to plant up and run your pump for the first time, checking carefully that all gutters are working freely and without any obstructions. Even though various growing medium are pH adjusted, it is a good idea to check it as you begin planting to give your plants the perfect start. I use a pH testing meter that I was able to purchase at my local hardware store. It does the job quick and reliable. However, there are various forms of testing equipment and pH adjusters available as well. Now if you are using the core growing medium like myself, you will only need to run your pump once or twice a day, so the use of an electric timer is very handy. I choose to run my pump for 15 minutes at around 7 AM in the morning and again at 7 o'clock at night. The timer included is quite simple to operate. Just push down one of the segments on the outer black ring portion for the timer to power on for a period of 15 minutes. You can push in multiple segments to allow multiple pump runs per day, particularly if you're using a more open growing medium like expanded clay pellets. Now all I have is a couple of words of advice. From time to time, check that the directional flow gutters are running freely and that there are no obstructions to prevent complete irrigation of each growing surface. And it is important to drain your solution and replace it every 7 to 10 days and give the solution tank a good wipe out to remove any slimy surfaces or any early algae formation. Well, there you have it, your own hydro unit up and running. Now relax and enjoy the produce. Imagine this to this in only 15 days. And like me, do not stop at just one Stackapots Hydro. You may have an entire market garden on your balcony or patio. Enjoy your Stackapots Hydro and happy farming.